Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to have problem number 23. Problem number 23, it's about to keep asking the user insert a valid number if the number out of the range. We'll keep asking the user the same question, please insert a number between 80 and 45, for example, because the user insert a number out of the range and our range is 18 and 45, all right, like the previous problem. How are we going to solve this problem to keep going asking the user in case the user insert a number out of the range? We will see in this solution. So first thing we have hashtag include a stream, hashtag include string using namespace td. We already know these things. And after that we have this first function read age, exactly like the previous problem. We just changed the string a little bit and the variable name. We define integer data type, we name it number instead age in the previous problem. And see out, please insert a number between 18 and 45. This is our range. Don't forget that our range is between 18 and 45 like the previous problem. And once the user insert a number, we store it inside number and we return number because it's integer function. Okay, we already know this, it's easy. And after that we have the same also function from the previous problem, read number in range from bool data type. It takes three parameters, take the number that the user inserted and from 2, which is 18 and 45. Let's open it. It's also same, it has just this expression, return if the number greater or equal from, which is 18, and add number less or equal 2, which is 45, return true. So hold this function read number in range, it will hold for me one value, true or false. If this expression return for me true, so the function it will hold true. If this expression return for me false, so the function it will hold false. Why false or true, 0 or 1? Because this function from Boolean data type, it just returns 0 or 1 or true or false. All right, we already also explained before, but I just very fast to get in the mood, okay, of this problem. And the only new function that we created in this problem to help us to ask the user again and again in case the user insert a number out of the range, which is 18 and 45. This function, the only new function we have it, or we made it for this problem. All right, it's integer read until the number in range. We name it like this, you can name it whatever you want. Read until the number in range, and it takes from and to. Just take from and to. Let's open and see what inside this function that we made it for this problem. Perfect. We define integer data type and we declare number variable. We declare a variable, we name it number equal 0. We assign to the variable number. We assign to this variable 0 to not let the compiler bring us any garbage from the memory. And in the same time, this we called it initialization. We said we should to initialize any variable. If we're not assigned to any value, we should initialize it with 0. All right, if it's integer, and if it's string, you already know how. It's like a double quotation. And after that we use do while loop statement. In the do, we use the read age function value. The read age function, it has value, the value which is the number that the user inserted through the console screen. Once we did run, we want the compiler display the question that exists inside the read age function, which is please insert a number between 18 and 45. So we use it inside do, because do first do execute, right? So we use this function first, read age function, to let the compiler display that question for the user through the console screen. And read age function also, it will hold for us the number that the user is going to insert through the console screen. For example, if the user insert number 17, read age function, it will hold for us number 17, because in the end it's return the number, because read age function it's an integer function, so it will return for us number. Hold this function, it's like data type now, it will hold for us a value which is 17, number 17. We will take number 17 that is stored or held by read age function, we will assign it to the local variable that we just declared under this function read until the number in range, to help us to ask the user many times or every time that when the user insert a wrong number or number out of the range. So we'll take the value of read age function, we assign it to this variable which is number, and we will come here to the while statement. The while, it will check if the number is out of the range or in the range. How it will check it? By using read number in range function, the previous one. Read number in range function, actually it check for us if the number in the range or out of the range. Read number in range, because it has 3 parameters, we put here 3 parameters next to it. You take the number, which is, let's say 17, and from 18 to 45. Okay, so If read number in range function hold this function return with false, we want to convert it to true. Why we want to convert it to true? Because if you remember, while statement condition, it should to be true to let the compiler execute the code that's belong to the while statement. Again, if the while statement condition is false, the compiler will exit the do while loop and go to finish the rest of the code. And we don't want the while statement condition be false and at the same time the user insert a number out of the range. So the compiler will go to print for us number out of the range, and like this our program is not perfect. It's ruined. It's wrong program. So to let the compiler execute the code or the condition of the while statement, we have to make the condition of while statement true. How we will convert the result, the final result of this function, the previous function here, this up read number in range, because it's written for me true or false because it's belong to Boolean data type. How we'll convert is the final result. In case it's written for me false, we want it true, because if this function written for me false, that's explained that the user insert a number out of the range. For example, 17, and 17 is out of the range. It's not 18, it's not 19, it's not 20, it's not 21, it's not 44, it's not 45. It's out of the range, and our range between 18 and 45. So if this function return for us false, that's explained, as I said now, that the user insert a wrong number or number out of the range. So you want to convert it to false by using not operator. If you not remember what is not operator, you have to get back to the previous course. In the previous lessons, we explain what is not operator, we explain what do while loop statement, while loop statement. So if you not understand this function, how it's work perfectly, or how it's work like generally, you have to get back to the previous courses, check the lesson of while statement, do while statement, and not operator. All right, it's easy and not complicated, but you need to focus a little bit, and put your hands on it. And write the code, put your hands on it, because that is going to help you when you write. You will understand, it's written for me false, and now I want to convert it to true, because the while statement condition should to be true to let the compiler execute the code of while statement, because the user insert number out of the range. So as we say, let's get back. If this read number in range return for me the final result false, we want to convert it to true by using not operator, which is this exclamation mark. Okay, it's not operator in programming. We want to use it to convert the final result of this function from false to true. Why we want to convert it to true? Because while statement condition should to be true to let the compiler execute the while statement or do while statement, to let the compiler get back again to the do and ask again the user, please insert a number from 18 or between 18 and 45. Okay, but if the function return for me true, read number in range return for me true, the final result hold true, which means the user insert a number in the range, or number, or true number, or number between the range. All right, number in the range. So we need now to convert it from true to false. Why? Because the user already insert a number in the range, like a true number, good number between 18 and 45. We don't want the user again execute for us the question, because the user already insert, for example, 22. 22, it's between 18 and 45. So we want to convert the final result from true to false by using also a not operator. So not operator, it will be here forever, or it will be here all the time. Okay, to convert for us the results. If it's come false, we make it true, because when it's come false, which means the user insert a number out of the range, but when it's come true, which means the user insert a number in the range. So we need now to exit the while loop and go to finish the rest of the code, which is the print results. And after that, here also return number. It will return number after the compiler exit the do while loop. How the compiler will exit the do while loop? When this condition it's become false, the while statement condition become false. How we'll make it false while actually it's coming true from the read number in range? By converting it by using not operator. All right, and after that, in the same function, we'll return number. Don't forget to write return number, because this function it's integer function. All right, we have to return a value. And the final things we have here, print results. It takes the number, it's already true, for example 22, and we have just the string inside it. Your number is valid. Why we have just the string and we write it your number is valid? Because the compiler will not reach here unless the number it's actually valid and number in the range, because we already catch him in the do while loop in the previous function. And here in the main function, it's a normal. We call the print result, we put in its parameter read enter the number in range, and we give it the range 1845 or 15 and 50, whatever you want or whatever your program needs. Okay, it depends about the program. So let's do run, check it out together and understand me more. Perfect. Once we did run, the compiler go to read enter the number in range, because we called it inside the parameter of print results. So once we did run, the compiler start from the inner of the print result bracket from the that side, okay, from that function, which is read until the number in range. Once we did run, the compiler display for us this question because it starts from this function, read until the number in range. Read until the number in range, what it has this variable that is sent to it 0, and after that do while loop. Do, which means we will go directly open the read age number. Read age number, it has what? It has this question. Please insert a number between 18 and 45. Let's say that I insert number 17. Number 17, it's now in the range, right? Because here 1845. Let's press enter. Look, compiler display for me again the same question. Please insert a number between 18 and 45. Why? Because once we insert 17, after we do while loop, it's go to read age number and display for us this question. And once I answer 17, the compiler takes 17, go to the while statement and check the number, which is 17, if in the range or out of the range, by read number in range function, by this function here, the first one, okay? And this function, because it's 17, return for me false. So this function hold false value because 17 is out of the range, all right? So come here in the while loop with false in while statement, while condition, it's return for me false. Hold is read number in range, it's hold false because 17 it's out of the range, so it's false the final result. And we don't want to compare print it for us. You don't compare, go say your print for us that string, your number is valid, because 17 is not valid number, it's out of the range, it's wrong number, all right, it's invalid number. So to let the compiler display again for us this question and go to do and use the read age function to display for us this question and take new value, we will convert, as we said, explain it right now, we will convert the read number in range value from false to true, because we have to make the while statement condition true to let the compiler again execute the code of the do while loop. If the while statement condition is false, the compiler will not execute again the do while loop code, all right? So now let's again also insert invalid number, for example 15. Also please insert a number between 18 and 45. 14 also. Till the doom day, the compiler will keep going, ask you now and catch you in this do while loop. You cannot go out of it until you insert a number in the range or valid number. For example, let's say 22. Once I press enter now, the compiler will print for me your number is valid, which is this string inside the print results, and your program, it will finish. All right, so that's how we solve problem number 23. It's about to keep asking the user insert a valid number if the number out of the range. When you want your user applicants insert a specific information and not go out of it, number, sentence, tomorrow we'll take it in different ways, not just numbers. We do validation like this, and there is also a lot of better solution. This is not the best one. This is just to practice the things or the concepts that you take in the previous courses. For example, do while loop, not operator, and these concepts. All right, so see you next problem. Ciao.